Give me 1 second here. So you guys have a test coming up this weekend. I don't know if you've heard about it. Saturday and Sunday, pretty big test. SHSAT. Hope you guys are getting pumped for it. Or either that or you're just freaking out. On what to do during the test? Yeah, we can do a review. Basically, get as many questions right as you can. That's the goal. Also, to not freak out. Don't freak out. Okay, finally got my stuff together. So I have a treat for you guys for the very beginning of the stream. Everybody has been asking me, ELA, right? So I'm gonna start today with some ELA. And this is some hand-picked ELA that I prepared just for you guys. So nobody has ever seen these passages before. We're gonna do a poetry thing together. Nobody has ever seen the passage before or the poem before. No one's seen the question. So it'll be like totally up to everybody else. Let's see. What's up, guys? What's up? You guys want to talk about coordinate plane, the slope, let's see, distance formula. Yeah. Yep. A lot of kids spend a lot of money to do this test. But yeah, cool. Okay, cool. So, you're taking my test right now. Sick. All right, so we're gonna do some poetry to start the stream today. So first off, I just want to like feel the room out. How are you guys feeling about your test tomorrow? Do you guys feel confident? Do you guys feel like nervous? Do you feel like you just want to like go to sleep forever? Like what's your vibe on this? Joseph is reading. Questions in part 2. I can go over mathematics. Yeah, dude. Totally. Yeah, feel kind of good. Feel okay. 80%. Elena wants to die. Feel dead on the inside. Yeah, I just keep getting calls. I don't. It's a busy time, as you can imagine. So, let me see. You almost threw up in class today. Yeah, so just even looking through these chats, guys, you should feel a little bit better because everybody's feeling this way. Everybody's feeling a little bit nervous. But once you get into the test room and once you get that first question done, you guys are going to be feeling really good. Okay, so let me see if I can get this on the split screen so you can see both poems at the same time. Yep. Go away. Okay, great. Chill. All right. So let me get rid of that. Get rid of this. Okay. Cool. And get rid of that. Chill. All right, so we're gonna work on a poem today. So I'm gonna give you guys the poem. I'm not sure you get this, but you can go over one of those problems where there's a point A and point B and people are walking towards each other. Nathaniel, that's an old style of SHSAT question. We can cover that. We can definitely cover that. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, it's going to be a big test, guys, but know that everybody else is just as nervous as you. So like take comfort in the fact that everybody's going through the same stuff, okay? Yeah. So cylinder potato, if you're doing radical practice sheet, that's pretty advanced, man. That's good to hear. One slightly different question, zone out. So Joseph, that's a good point, bro. If you get across a question where you're like, I just want to die, I have no idea how to do this, skip it. Just skip it. It's not worth ruining your mojo and ruining your momentum, okay? All right, dude, so hopefully you're ready. Here comes some poetry. I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to read the poem, and then we got some questions we got to answer about it. All right, so here we go. Here's the poem. Yeah. So take a second to read this, and then we'll go over the questions. All right, so leave a like when you're done reading it so I know that you guys are done. Just leave a like. Okay, so I'm going to go over this now. So, guys, keep in mind that we're going to be coming back to this, but we got to answer these questions over here. So, the first question that I have for you guys is how does, oh, can you guys even read that? That's so small. Hold up. Let me see. I'm going to stop with the split screen. Okay. So, here's the first question. How does the similar parallel structures of stanza 3 and stanza 4 contribute to the meaning of the poem? And just to go over what those are, this is stanza 3. I sat under the maple tree that rose up lone and bare. Its dying covered leaves were strewn about me everywhere. I sat and pondered aimlessly under the silent tree. I pondered silently with the bows that I thought were sad with me. So the question is asking, how does that parallel structure contribute to the meaning of the poem? Who's got an answer? Okay, so here's the poem again, guys. Here is the third and the fourth stanza. Here's where they talk about the parallel structure. So this is the parallel structure. Okay, so that's the poem. Here's the question. What's the answer? Okay, people are saying B, people are saying D, some people are saying C, A. Abdel comes in with C. Legend thinks it's B. Prayag is back. What's up, man? Hella C, though. All right, Ikram. Ahmed is back. B. Okay, so let's look at this, guys. So it's either, oh, I forgot that I did this with the numbers. Yeah, there is no C. It's just 3 or it's money sign, and nobody has guessed money sign, I guess. A sad move, not peaceful. Okay, so suggest boredom of sitting in one place. Now, how does it really, like, is boredom really appropriate? Because it says, I mean, remember, this is from like 1920, so that's what they would like do for an afternoon is just sit and just look at stuff. So I sat under a maple tree that rose lone and bare, and then I sat and pondered aimlessly. That doesn't necessarily mean boring, though, right? He's just sad more than anything. So that's why A is not correct, because it's not necessarily boring. I'd suggest that he plans to stay under the tree as long as it takes not to not be sad. Now, this is actually what happens in the poem, but is that what stanzas 3 and 4 contribute to it? Not necessarily. The similar structure suggests that time passes. I really like that answer so far, but we got to check. It introduces peaceful sitting to contrast with the fields are sad with me. Now, this one is a very juicy answer, but I actually made this one, and what I tried to do is, yes, he is peacefully sitting, But does that contrast with the fields that he thinks are sad? I mean, peaceful and sad, and are the I don't think that's what this was meant to be, and certainly why they didn't repeat the I sat and I sat. That's probably not why they put it. That's why that answer's C, to suggest that time passes. Because he's like, I sat and did this and this and this and this. I sat and did that and that and that and that. It's just to kind of show that he's still sitting, right? Next one, bros. What does the term "I saw the steel was the maple tree" suggest? And keep in mind, I think that is, let's see, that's him being like right here. Then in a flash, I felt a cool and steely serenity descending from those silent bows. Notice I read that all thing like one sentence, right? They were not sad with me, and I felt the steely calm of their strength. So, what do you think? Let me push you back. What do you think that I saw the steel of the maple tree suggests? Cylinder potato, just because it says money sign. One person thinks it's D, the legend thinks it's D, Sean thinks it's C, Mango thinks it's D. We got some question C's. Well, it's not B, it's C or D, right? People seem to be coming pretty close. One person, looks like Ikram is putting in for A. Fantastic T cosigns Ikram with that A. Abdul Vlogs, a lot of people coming in with A now. Darkness is coming in with D. Galaxy Unicorns got C. Ahmed C. All right. Ikram thinks it's O. Okay. All right. C. All right. Menhaz thinks it's A. Ariane thinks it's C. Okay. All right. So this is a huge topic, guys, for poetry, and we're only gonna talk about poetry at the beginning today. So log this in. There is figurative and there's literal. Everybody uses the word literal. Like, I literally have $1 in my wallet means you only have $1 in your wallet. But figuratively, if I just only have $1 in my pocket, figuratively, that means I'm just poor, right? So we have to ask ourselves, is it a calming force, or is it just a literal reflecting surface, right? Then in a flash, I felt a cool and steely serenity. So he's feeling this steely serenity descending from the silent boughs, which means like the tree branches. They were not sad with me, right? Ah, dang it. And I felt the steely calm of their strength slip into my heart, and I was awakened man that had drowsed away in death, right? So what the D says is a reflectant surface. This is too, this is too literal. It does mean that it's steely, and it does enable the author to understand why he's sad, but it's not a literal reflective surface. It's not like there's a piece of steel in front of him and he's looking at it and he goes, oh wow, I guess I shouldn't be sad. And that's what D does. D is a very literal definition of what steely could be. But I don't think that's what they mean. I think they mean more like of a hardness, more of a sureness. And that's why Joseph, yeah, bro, it's C on this one. All right, cool. Couple more questions, guys. How does the line, it lost its sadness under a tree, contributed to the development of the ideas of the poem? And that's this one right here. And it lost its sadness under the tree. So it's at the very end of the poem, right? So why do they say that? How does that contribute to the development of the ideas of the poem? Give me some answers, guys. He is more than you. Yeah, I actually am poor, but it's all good. There's a couple people saying C and B, D. Ikram thinks it's D. B. Yes. I'm sniffing because of the sadness of the poem, Jacob. A lot of different answers now. Yangzom thinks it's D. Ahmed thinks it's B. Galaxy Unicorn agrees. Is a D. Jar Jar Binks. B is too literal. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Yeah, dude, poems are hard, dude. Yeah, D isn't specific. We can take it literally or figuratively. That's true. Poems make me sad. Me too, bro. So, first off, we have to figure out. I mean, yeah, we can kind of figure out what it lost its sadness under a tree means, but we have to figure out how this contributes to the development of the ideas in the poem. So that means the whole poem we have to take into consideration, right? So, like, if he lost his sadness under a tree, we have to also look back at what he did beforehand. And beforehand, he was going for a walk, right? And he was feeling horrible, and he sat in a tree or sat below a tree and just watched nature, right? And then he felt the steel come from nature, or that strength come from nature, and then he didn't feel sad anymore. He lost his sadness under the tree. So, how does that contribute to the development of the poem? Well, A is a little bit too vague, right? If you're careless, your heart will go missing. This talks about losing your sadness, right? Not losing happiness, which is what this would say. The line supports the poem's claim that sadness is childish. Now, this is the title of the poem, Childish or whatever, but that's not the right answer because that's not the development of the ideas. He's not the whole time being like, wow, this is childish. Oh, isn't this immature? You know, he never really says that until the very end. So we're between B and D. Now, it does talk about the heart healing, right? It lost sadness under the tree. But does it summarize that? Does it summarize the idea? Maybe. That's a pretty good answer. So let's see B. It shows that going on a walk in nature will make a person feel better. Now, this is actually a very tough question, right? I know you guys are not going to be happy about this. You guys are not going to be happy about this. But I believe to contribute to the development of ideas, saying that you lost your sadness under a tree. The whole development of the poem is that he's feeling bad. Rips test ticket. He's feeling bad. He goes for a walk. He sits under a tree. He stares at nature, and he feels better. That's like the arc that this dude goes on. That's the development, right? And so, how does losing your sadness under the tree at the very end affect the development? Well, it shows that if you sit in nature and if you go for a walk, then you could feel better, right? It's like the conclusion, right? So don't throw your handbook into the river. So that is why I'm going to go ahead and say that the answer is B. Oh, oh no! Jacob is reeing so hard. Right. Right. Yeah, exactly. So that is the answer. The answer is B. Yeah, guys, got him. Right. Okay, cool. So let's see. Let's look at this next one. How does the phrase childish tale contribute to the development of the central idea of the poem? Now I have a feeling that you guys will get this correct. I am mean. Oh, good, Anita. No, Evan, you got it. Get back on the horse, bro. You got it. Okay, Jacob's either screaming or he thinks it's A. 0845, that's pretty solid, dude. Patel thinks it's C. Darkness B. Ikram cosigns B. Jason thinks it's A. Jacob is either screaming or no, he thinks it's A. Kevin thinks it's B. Legend thinks it's C. Okay. Call on your guessing powers. Oh, movie talk is back. Long time no see, man. Sean thinks it's A. Ibrahim thinks it's A. Menhas. Yeah, Buford is between A and B. Sizzle Bean, what's up, man? A. Move Knight to B5. B movie. Uh, Tyler should study tomorrow is my test. I think I shouldn't watch this. Do whatever you feel best, man. I'm just here to help people. Okay, cool. So let's go over this. That his sadness was fickle when confronted with nature. Okay, that seems to be pretty true. That he is immature in his reactions to life. Okay, that also seems to fit. That he's too young to be feeling bad. I don't know about that because it seems like he's almost like he thinks his sadness is quote unquote childish. Like, doesn't he say that? Listen to my childish tale. Let's see, we're at the end. I think he does talk about it at the end. Now you heard my childish tale. I think childish, not because he shouldn't feel bad, but because he probably, not that, he's too young to feel. He obviously does feel bad. So he's not saying he's too young to feel bad because he does feel bad. That's why it's not C. Then when he grows up, he will forget about this time in his life. Maybe, but I don't think that's what childish tale suggests. I think if the tale was a minor thing that happened to me long ago, maybe he would forget about it. So we're between A and B here. That his sadness was fickle when confronted with nature, or that he is immature in his reactions to life. What do you guys think it is? What's up, George? Between A and B, what do you guys think it is? And to answer your question, Cylinder, these are all my questions that I made up for this stream today. So, so it's like I am the answer key, I guess. A. B. Oh, it seems pretty. Evan chooses the wrong answer. What answer did you choose, Evan? Crack me up, man. Okay, so this is the key to this one, guys. And if you run out of the room screaming, that's on you. He is immature in his reactions to life. What is he reacting to? What made him sad? Was it that he spilt a glass of milk? Or was it that his entire family was mugged? Or, like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we could say that his sadness was maybe immature, but we don't know what caused his sadness. He was just feeling sad, right? So we don't know. Whereas this says that his sadness was fickle when confronted with nature. Fickle does mean change. Fickle does mean change. It means, especially when you're saying that you were fickle, that means that you won't make a decision. So guys, the answer, A. If you have an air horn, open your window and blast it. I'm not betraying you. A is the answer. That's just the way that I saw it when I wrote this thing. No, it's A, Ikram. I will not change my answer. Because his reactions to life, what is immature? I mean, he goes for a walk, he looks at the nature, and he changes his mind. Like, that seems like a pretty reasonable reaction to when you go through nature and nature calms you down. That doesn't seem an immature reaction, right? So, answer's A. Bang. Maybe I wrote it wrong. Change your answer. No. Okay. Kevin is reading. Okay. Last question, guys. Then we're going to go on to some math. The line, I thought the fields were sad with me, suggests the author, and that's this line here. And I pondered under the boughs that I thought were sad with me, right? Or actually, is it the next one that he says the nature? No. Yeah, that's it. So he's talking about how he thought they were sad, but actually they weren't. So suggest that the author. What's the answer here, bros? Ikram thinks it's A. Sean thinks it's B. Patel coming in on C. For a fact, Sean thinks it's A. Clearly it's B. B. The legend thinks it's C. Oh yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Oh my God. Okay. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate all the engagement, bros. Okay. So, let's look at this one. I think I know exactly where this is from. Where he says, and I thought the fields were sad with me, songless fields and drear. Now keep in mind that later on in the poem, he says, all three beyond the field, we three that were strong over the leaves, right? And that that the maple tree had never been sad with him, right? So he was probably mistaken when he thought that the fields were sad with him when he first sat down. So that's what A is incorrect. Because he eventually gets back to realizing that the nature isn't that sad with him. So that's a moment of empathy. But here he's actually incorrect. So if someone was crying and you said, you look like you're having fun, that's not very empathetic. And since he thought they were sad when really they weren't, it's not A. Projected his feeling onto the world around him. This is it, guys. B. Mistook the field for other fields that have been abandoned. It doesn't necessarily say that. Although that may be true, he doesn't mention another field that he saw. And whoops, I didn't know this was the field. This is just sounds really great, but it's not correct. The answer is B. All right, dudes. Yeah. Cool. All right, dudes. B paints a picture in your head. Yeah, it kind of does. For your laptop. Yeah, no, I don't even know if I'm saying this right, but Tsering Yangzom has it perfectly. That's exactly what he does. He's walking around feeling sad, and so when he looks at these fields, he's like, you must be sad with me. That's a really good breakdown, Tsering. Really good stuff. That is so woke. Okay, so now we are going to do... No, don't catch yourself on fire. All right, so guys, we're gonna do some math now. We have to do some math. Okay, so some people were hitting me up with distance formula, and I just want to show you guys a very quick trick that you can use to figure out the distance formula. And people were asking about slope. I don't know if slope will be on the test, but I can definitely help you guys with this. All right. So check this out. For first off, for slope, and then we're going to talk about distance formula really quick. I mean, these may not be on the test, so I'm going to go over them fast. And if this doesn't look familiar to you, that's okay. We're doing stuff that's a little bit advanced here. Okay, so here's a line. Here are 2 points. What is the slope? Keep in mind that slope is rise over run. How much does it rise? And put that over how much it runs. So how much does it rise from here to here? Let's do it from right here. So it rises 3. And how much does it run from here to here? It runs 4. So this is the slope. Got it? Easy, easy, right? Now, the distance formula, I'm not going to teach it to you. Not because I don't think you could hang with it, but because I think I found an easier way. There is a slope formula, correct. But, I mean, just rise over run, guys. Just easy, easy. Do you guys know that Pythagorean theorem? A squared plus B squared equals C squared? That's the same thing. We're going to take how far it goes in the x direction, which is 3. We're going to take how far it goes in the y direction, which is 4. And what do we have here is a right triangle. So what we do is 3 squared plus 4 squared equals c squared, or equals the distance squared. That's it, dudes. So this is going to be 9 plus 16 equals c squared. 25 equals c squared. The distance of this line, if I take the square root of both sides, 5, because 5 times 5 is 25, and c squared equals 25, so 5 squared equals 25. That's the distance of this line, guys. That's all you have to do for distance formula. Make yourself a right triangle. You're giving yourself the 2 legs. The hypotenuse is your distance. Cool? Yeah, and you guys can do the slope formula like Evan Yang just wrote out. That's perfect. But, I mean, that'll get you the same answer that I got you. If you want to use Evan's formula, do it. Legend, yes, that's a 3, 4, 5 triangle. Very good, bro. Yep. Rise over run. Oh, yeah. Sean, thanks, man. 4 over 3. Wasn't paying attention. Cool. Yeah, so exactly. You don't need to do the distance formula. You just got to make it into a right triangle, do the Pythagorean theorem. And that's all the distance formula is, by the way. So if your math teacher is like, well, you have to learn this, you actually don't. Because if I were just to take the square root of both sides, that would be the distance formula. Bang. Okay. What do you guys want to work on next? I think we got like another, I might do another 45 or an hour. Yeah, the distance is the Pythagorean theorem, bro. And Kevin's asking for the formula, so I'm going to show you guys. What they mean by this A is this x2 minus x1. That's how far it goes in the x direction. Adding, because it's the Pythagorean theorem, y2 minus y1, that's how far it rises. And both of these are squared, right? And that equals the distance, and all they do is they solve for the distance, so they put the square root over it. This is the distance formula. She quit her job. That's funny. So yeah, it's the same thing. If I were to square both sides, I would get this squared plus this squared equals this squared. That's the Pythagorean theorem. Trains going at different speeds. Ask so we meet in the middle. That's pretty advanced stuff, Prayog. 114 Form B on math. Brian, what question is that, bro? People want to do rates. We can do rates. Trig. Prayag. Oh, you guys do that in cons? Yeah, that used to be very common on the SHSAT. It's just not as much anymore. They just haven't done a problem like that in a long time. So it could be fair game, but I don't want to say, oh, this is going to be on the test, and then it's not. So, yeah. People struggling with radicals. Trig. One send. Oh, like conversions. Okay. Mon. Train A, train B problems. Radicals. Okay. What do you guys mean by radicals? Like, can you give me, because the world of radicals is pretty big. I mean, we could definitely be jumping into stuff where it's just like, stuff like this, like, so, like, like, what are we working on in radical, guys? Because they actually took a lot of the radical stuff off of the test. They've recently made the math section a lot easier. Okay, so you guys are asking about a rate problem. This is actually what you guys will see as far as rate problems. So I'm gonna give you guys this problem, and then we're gonna do our own problem. So first one, I would just want the answer to number 92, please. People are coming in on G, 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 G. All right, so let's hit it up. Dion can create 5 slides in 20 minutes. Kiera can do 3 slides in 10 minutes. What is the number of slides that 2 of them can do in 1 hour? So if he can do 5 slides in 20 minutes, that means that how many 20 minutes are an hour? 3. So he could do 15 slides an hour. That's Dion. Dion? Is that how that's said? Dion? Dion? I don't know. Kiera can make 3 slides in 10 minutes. So in an hour, this is going to be times 6. In an hour, Kiera can do 18 slides. So how many can they do together in an hour? That's right, 33. G. Okay, so now I have a problem for you that's going to be a little bit harder than this. So if you have any questions on this, ask me now, because I'm about to hit you up with some sauce. Some homegrown math questions. Yeah, you know, buy Monster Energy. Okay, let's see. Okay, here we go, guys. First one, or hit me with some answers, bro. What's up, Keely? Welcome back. $17. To answer your question, George, I don't know, man. Okay, so it looks like people are kind of floating around these numbers. Let's see how this works. So keep in mind, guys, all 3 of them are working for these 6 hours. They're doing work, right? So let's just say if Tucker was by himself for 6 hours, how much work would he be doing? Now, this is an hour and a half. So how many hour and a halves fit in 6 hours? Well, after 2 hour and a halves, that's 3 hours. So we know that he could fight 90 minutes 4 times in this 6 hour window. So that means he's going to fight 4 bears. So Tucker is going to fight 4 of them. Joho Nene can fight 2 bears in an hour. So in 6 hours, she's going to fight 12 bears. And Princess Burger can fight 1 bear every 2 hours. She's going to do that 3 times. So you just got to add these up. And that'll equal 19. Bang. Good job, guys. Okay, let's keep cruising. So yeah, that's pretty much what they're going to be doing for rate. Now, they might do speed problems, stuff like that. If we get to it, I want to talk about it. But what else do you guys want to talk about? I know you guys mentioned trig. We can do some triangle stuff for sure. You guys see any of these? Geometry, we can do a little bit of geometry for sure. 87. What's 87? Saw that number before. Okay. Oh, that's a good algebra one. Let's do that. Let's do this algebra one really quick. Oh, about the hats question? George, what question was that, bro? Was that like someone packing for vacay? We're doing number 87, by the way. Oh, Seth, what's up, man? Oh, yeah. So to answer your question, George, I'm not going to go over the specific question for my thing because I want to keep those answers secret. But I can go over a combination question, yeah. So, Sarang, you have a problem with age problems. That's because it's just hard algebra, and we're going to go over how to do this one. So don't freak. You got it, George. All right. I'm just going to give you like 30 seconds more with this problem, okay? All right, give it a shot, Evan. It's just algebra. This is actually technically called system of equations once you get into like high school and stuff. All right, Keely, we can do combinations after this. You got it. Now, Prayag, you just guess and check. Now, that is not a bad idea since there's really only 4 things you need to check. So that's solid. That's solid. I can show you how to do it algebraically, though. Okay, OA 45 is kind of breaking it down a little bit. Yep. Okay, time to go over this bad boy. All right, so what this is called is a system of equations, and I'm going to show you why in just a sec. So I don't know if you guys can see this with the chat, whatever. Tien age is 1/4 of Jordan's age. So Tien is 1/4 of Jordan's age. Notice how I did that. Tien is. Tien is. That is an equal sign, bros. In 2 years, Tien age will be 1/3 Jordan's age. So this is where it can get tricky for some people because in 2 years, that's how old Tien is. And Tien's age will be 1/3 of Jordan's age, and Jordan's going to be 2 years older too. So this is the system of equations that we're going to be messing with, guys. So we know that 1/4 j equals t. So everywhere I see a t, I can put a 1/4 j. So I'm going to put 1/4 j plus 2, because 1/4 j equals t, equals 1/3 j plus 2. Here we go, bros. Let's distribute. 1/4 j plus 2 equals 1/3 j plus 2/3. Because this 1/3 times 2 is 2/3, right? So now we're going to collect the j's. We know that 1/4 j minus 1/3 j, and I'm going to subtract 2 from each side, 2, equals 2/3 minus 2. Okay, so we're going to get a negative number here and a negative number there for sure. So what is 1/4 minus 1/3? 1/4 is how many twelfths? 3/12. So I'm going to move it up here. So we know that 3/12 j minus 4/12 j is going to equal, what is this going to be? 1 1/3 or 4/3? So this is 1/12 j equals 4/3, and here we can cross multiply. So we get 48 equals 3j. Divide both sides by 3, divide both sides by 3, and j equals 16. Bang. So that is the algebraic way to do it. Keep in mind, in 2 years, j is not going to be j. J is going to be j plus 2. And in 2 years, t is going to be t plus 2. So then you can do the third or whatever. If that was like too crazy for you cats, I forget who did it, but they brought it up. You can just plug this in, right? Tien's age is 1/4 Jordan's age. So if Jordan is 4, Tien is 1. In 2 years, Tien will be 3, Jordan will be 6. Is 3 1/3 of 6? No, so it's not A. So you can always just plug in the answer choices. You know what I'm saying? Where did I get the 4/3, bro? 2 minus, or 2/3 minus 2 is 4/3. Cool. So I just didn't want to do 6/3, and get the negative 4/3 there, right? And notice that I dropped the negative signs here as well. Cool. So yeah, that's how that goes down. The invention of the telegraph passage. Oh, 0845, if you're looking for practice on that, I just dropped a ELA section that has something very similar to that. So if you want to work on that, you can always download that and hit me up. Okay, see you later, Jacob. Yeah. All right, so now I want to go over some combination stuff. So what do I mean by combinations? It's problems like this. You guys have seen these all day. I'm sure you could knock it out if you want to. But I'm gonna do a quick question on the side. So just chill in the chat for a sec. All right, Jacob. I wish you luck, dude. Let's see. Okay, here we go, guys. Give me the answer. That's good vibes, movie talk. I hope everybody gets in too, man. Good vibes. What do you got for an answer, Keely? Hit me. Okay, I'm gonna go over this one now. So in this one, does it matter what order they're in? Does it matter if they throw out Ryan then Sarah, and then or Sarah then Ryan? No, because they both get thrown out. Doesn't matter which the order. So since order does not matter, what we're dealing with is a combination. So with the first friend, who else could be thrown out? Well, the second friend, the third friend, the fourth friend, the fifth friend, or the sixth friend. If the second friend is picked, who else could be thrown out? Well, the third friend, fourth friend, fifth friend, or sixth friend. Now, I don't write one again because 1, 2 has already been written as a combination. Don't need to do it twice. Then we go do the same thing for 3, same thing for 4, same thing for 5. Now we count the combinations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Nice. Well, you don't know how high the window is. Maybe they're in a basement or something. Okay. So yeah, that's how you do this one, because order doesn't matter. Now, let me give you another one and see if you guys can hang with the wave. Okay. All right, bros. Here we come. Yeah, so I mean, I actually heard that sometimes the Sunday test is harder, some they're easier, like all that stuff. It's so hard to say. All right, dudes, here's a question. So, George, keep in mind that weird listing thing I did last problem was if the order does not matter. In this case, the difference between one then two is very different from two then one. Those are two separate things. Whereas if only two friends get thrown out the window, then it doesn't matter what order they go, both friends get out. This one, it matters what order it's in. Yeah, but that's why we're going over it, just to see the difference in these types of problems. Yeah, this one's hard. This one's very hard. Yeah, I'll definitely explain once we get it in. Give everybody a chance to get this one. Keep in mind you get about a minute to half a minute for each problem on the test. So that's about as much time as I'm going to give you. And to answer your question, Frederick, because it's a cool wrestling match. It's like a really cool one. They give prizes to their fans. What's up, Leo? This question will take you 3 hours. No, I'm going to show it, and then I'm going to show you how to do it, and then it's going to take you 30 seconds, Abdel. 360, 360. Conor McGregor is paying up. Yeah, love Conor. Okay, 360, 360. All right, cool. So let me go over this one. I don't know the answer yet, but we're about to see. So this is how you do it when the order matters, right? Because we have 6 friends chilling. We could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 friends chilling. And we only care about these first 4. That's all we care about. So once we're done with them, figuring that out, who cares who's left off, right? So how many potential people could be first? That's what you got to ask yourself. Well, there's 6 friends, so there could be 6 of them that go first. Now, if let's just say John goes first, you know what I'm saying? Thanks for being here. Okay, if John goes first, then there's 5 other people left in line. So who's going to be vying for this spot? 5 people. Well, then 4 people could get third, and now there's only 3 people left to get this spot. And all you do, guys, is you multiply. So this here is going to be 30. This here is going to be 12. 30 times 12, 06003, 360. Bang, 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 bang. Well done, guys. Well done. Too easy. It's too easy. Oh, I don't know what your question is, Dion. I'm sorry, man. It got buried. What's your question, bro? So you add when it matters and you list when it doesn't. You mean you multiply when it matters. We multiply here, right? Cool. You guys have any questions about this one? Yeah, multiple. Exactly, George. Exactly. How'd I get these numbers? Right here, Frederick? It's because there's 6 people who could be first. And once this person sits there, there's only 5 people left in his friend group to compete for second, right? Okay. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why don't I do 1, 2, 3, 4? Because there's 6 people that could potentially get this spot, not one. So that's why it's two. This is why it's six. And then once one person takes the spot, there's five. Because if I want to like write this out long way, you could be first, two could be first, three could be first, four could be first, five, six, and I've just numbered the friends. And if one is first, two could be second, three could be second, four could be second, five could be second, or six could be second. And if two is second, three could be third, four could be third. I mean, the possibilities become crazy endless, right? Because if that's three, then four could be second, but five could be second, but six could be second. And then there's three for each of these. And we have to do that for each one of these. So the possibilities get really big when order matters. If order doesn't matter and they're just picking 4 kids, then that's way, way easier, right? Cool. Last question on your online math test. I don't do any of my online tests because I want to keep those answers secret because you can get uh, use C for choose. Yeah, order does matter in this case, totally. But instead of 0845, instead of six, what would you have? Six choose four. Just double check your equation there, buddy, because I mean this is the kind of way to rock it. Because if it wasn't just choose four, then it would just be 6 factorial. So really, you're only knocking out this two down here. So just something to consider. And if you are choosing four, then just double back because I'm pretty positive about this answer here. Cool. Yeah, I'm still doing privates for sure. Order does matter. Order, and if order doesn't matter in this question, then it makes it a lot harder. They probably won't ask you that just because I've never seen it that hard in the test. How do I know if order matters, Ray Gun? It's because it's a line, and the first person gets something different from the second person. So if you're first, it's very different result than getting second. Where being thrown from the window, if the first person's thrown and the second person's thrown, you both get the same result. Just like for pizza toppings, if you have sausage and pepperoni, that's the same thing as pepperoni and sausage. Yeah. So that's basically how it works. All right, so what else do you guys want to work on? We got a little bit of time left. I'm going to stick around for a little bit longer for you guys. What do you guys want to work on? Some people are saying triangles, trig. What about trig specifically, Ben? Mr. Dover. what about trig specifically? Are you Ivan Khan's twin brother? No, I don't know who that is. Ivan Khan, who is that? Soka Toa. Oh, I see. That is ninth grade stuff. And if you want to talk about ninth grade stuff, I will be doing one ninth grade stream next week because I'm beat. I've been tutoring way too much. So I'll do one stream for you ninth grade guys, but this is going to be the eighth grade stream today. Are nowhere near the actual district. Where'd you hear that, Sizzle Bean? I will not be on tomorrow. I will not be on tomorrow. Just because it's it's everything I can do to get ready for you guys for this test. And if you get an extra day to study, that's awesome. Like, go over some of the past videos. Yeah. Okay. Do 6P or it does not matter. Luck 6-2. You can do 6 choose 4. Yeah, that does matter. Read more here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. 6. Yep. Yeah, or 45. You got a good point there too. But that's also getting into like a little bit more advanced, right? Are you going to stream tomorrow? No, I'm not going to stream tomorrow. So, yeah. I will not. I am not gonna drive by Hillcrest tomorrow. But if you need motivation, just fucking watch my videos. You know what I mean? All right, so let's do some more math while we're at it. Do you guys have any questions or any requests of stuff we can do? Perfect score. Yeah, if you get do the ELA section, Sean. If you get perfect on that, I'm happy to help you for free. Yeah, no stream tomorrow. So radicals. Sean, why don't you shoot me an email, man? If you have specific questions about radicals, shoot me an email. I'm happy to help you. Let me write down my email. And this is for any of you guys. If you guys have any questions, tutor test prep at Gmail. I'm running out of space. Bank. You guys know what I mean. At Gmail. Yeah. So people are asking if the handbook is harder or easier, how not to be nervous. So we don't know if it's going to be easier or harder. And if it's easier, they're going to curve your score down. And if it's harder, they're going to curve your score up. So you just got to be better than everybody in the room, right? So hand massage it. So you got to be better than everybody in the room. So if everybody gets an easy test, you got to be better than everybody else. If everybody gets a hard test, you got to be better than everybody else. So don't stress if you feel like you're not getting 80%, 70% right. You got to be better than everybody else. So if you get a really hard test, just keep that in mind. Everybody else has that hard test in front of you, right? So, and to answer your question, Crunchy Ears, the test is graded by form. So if you get a hard form, let's say form 6, form A, whatever, then everybody in that form gets the same curve, right? So just keep that in mind. So don't give up if you get a hard test, right? Yeah. All right, dude. So yeah, let's do some more problems, yeah? Let's see what I got for you guys here. Now we've done this. Okay, here we go. So you're looking for trig, Ben? I got you, bro. Number 83. And Brian, we did number 114 yesterday, so check the stream out for that. Here we go. Number 83, bros. Yeah, an infinite stroke. This is a geometry problem. Cool. I'm going to give you guys a minute to do this. Okay. Let's see. D. Describe shapes. Okay, a lot of people are commenting on D on this one. All right, so let's see. God, I don't have a single clean page in this notebook. Holy moly. Oh, here we go. Okay. And I just covered up the problem, but... Okay, in a scale drawing of a triangular banner, one side measures 16 and the other two are 12. So this would be 16. And guys, if they don't give you a diagram, draw your own. This is 12 and this is 12. And this looks like a right triangle, but it's not. On the actual banner, these two sides each measure 36 feet. So on the real deal, this is 36 and this is 36. What is the length of the remaining side? So these are similar shapes. So that means there's a multiplier in between the shapes. And we know that this side coalesces with this side and that this side coalesces with this side. So what is the multiplier? Well, to get from 12 to 36 is times 3, right? So then we know that this also, and look, it works out, is also times 3. So then this needs to be times 3 to get that remaining side. Bang. Yeah, or like David Franklin says, you can make it a proportion. That'll get you the same thing. Cool. All right, cool. So there's that. So, now this one is really tough. This one is really tough. So by request, let's do this bad boy. 84, guys. And I'll give you guys a minute and a half to do this one. I am doing number 84, Chad Curry. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate all that stuff, guys. Abdel, yes, I do. SAT, ACT, COOPS, TAX, HSPTS, IC, lower, middle, upper levels, all that stuff, bro. It's all good, Franklin. We're going to go over this bad boy. I actually don't know the answer off the top of my head. Yes, I will get you a free gift card. Okay, some different answers coming in now. There are Roblox gift cards? That's not a thing. I'm not going to be doing SAT preps. On this channel, at least. I mean, if you look at the icon on my channel, it says SHSAT full guide. It would be a little off brand. No, I will not play. I will not play Roblox. Okay, let me go over this one really quick. So let me flip this over. So the faculty of a certain four-year college consists of 179 teachers. There are 663 first-year students. And the student to faculty ratio for the whole college is 15:1, total number of second, third, and fourth year students. So for students to faculty, it's a ratio of, 15:1. And this is, again, guys, if you've been watching this channel, you should know this. This is a reduced ratio. This is a reduced ratio because there's actually 179 teachers. So how many students total are there? Now, this is a red herring. They want you to plug that in there? Nah. We got to figure out how many students. So this is times 179. That means this needs to be times 179. So what is 179 times 15? Let's rock it out. 5, 40, 35, 9, 38, then 0, 9, 7, 1. All day. 18, 16. All right, so in total, there are 2,685 students. And if there's 2,685 students and 179 faculty, that would reduce to 1 to 15 or 15:1. So now we need to throw in this guy because they don't want to know how many students are there total, which, by the way, is what H is. They don't want to know that, but that's the trap answer. So if you put H, you did your math right, but you forgot to subtract how many first-year students there are, which is 663. So we have subtract the 663, 2202, and that's how we get our answer, F. Any questions about that, bro? Yeah, bruh. That's real talk, bruh. This is a big test. Big test. I wish I could, nerd boy. Yeah. So, Infinite Stroke, tell your friends, man. If you got any 7th grade homies, let them know. So yeah, that's how you do this type of problem. Keep in mind, when they give you the ratio, chances are that's the reduced ratio. The actual numbers are very different, but they reduce it to this. Cool? Yeah, dude, and they do take a photo of you so that you can't cheat. So they go, wait, this same looking kid did the test twice with under 2 different names. You know what I mean? So they snap a photo of you. Cool. Tyler 2K19. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be back next year for sure. Okay. Chill, chill, chill. So let's do some more math. I do got to get going pretty soon, guys. It's time for Tyler to retire. And guys, this is my last live stream. I will do a live stream for Thursday for people taking it in the second weekend, but this is my last one. So if you have any questions, now is the time. Guys, make sure that you get some sleep. Make sure that you're well fed. Treat yourself to something nice. Don't stay up all night just scrolling, you know what I mean? Like, actually, like, chill for a little bit. And if you want to play games, whatever, but at the end of the night, give yourself some time to relax and to, like, meditate a little bit. This is going to be a crazy, crazy experience for you guys. Number 89. We just did number 89 yesterday, so check that out if you haven't seen the stream. 92. 92. We also did 92 yesterday, bro. So look at my emails already written there. Or maybe it was 2 days ago. Whenever I was working in blue, I think it was 2 days ago. Okay. All right. Yeah, so I mean, go in there with a solid attitude, you know what I mean? Oh, people are asking about this one right here. Is trig and Pythagorean on the test? They haven't shown, like looking through this handbook, you don't ever have to use the Pythagorean theorem. So will it be on the test? I mean, if they want to throw it on there, they can. That's their right, but they haven't shown that they're going to. So, all right, guys, number 112, pound it out. Yeah, and Shadman, you can always take it in the 9th grade, man. Don't I mean it is a big moment, but if you feel like you're close but you could have got it, just wait one more year, you'll get it. Yeah, it could be a Pythagorean experimental question. They could do that. They're allowed to. G E. Anybody else? And this is about as crazy as they'll get with shown equation algebra. Ah, so Kevin Lynn, dude, that's good that you finally caught yourself, but you gotta like check to make sure that you're catching yourself when those things happen. Good job, dude. H. Yeah, me too, Abdel. Oh, good, Mr. Fizzles. That's what's up, man. It's good, Anita. Just go run around the block or something. Get that nervous energy off. But it's good to feel nervous because it is a big moment. It's not fake. It's all real. Are most of these experimental level questions? That's a good question, George. Basically, what they're allowed to do is take 10 questions and call them experimental. So that means they could put harder ones in. They could put one that has a typo. Like whatever they want to call experimental, they can call experimental. Okay, so let's just do this one really quick. So with this one, it's just algebra, 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 algebra. So we know that 4x minus 3y equals 12. Now, whenever they say x in terms of y, notice that all of these are in terms of y, right? So we need to get x by itself. So what we do is we're going to add 3y to each side, right? Because right now it's minus 3y. The opposite of that is plus 3y. And if this rocks your world, I do have a great algebra video for you guys. So 4x equals 12 plus 3y. I'm going to rewrite that just for, you'll see in a minute, 3y plus 12. So now to get x on its own, we're going to have to divide all of these by 4. Because with division, you got to do the whole side. So what we end up getting is x equals 3/4 y plus 3. That is our answer. That's G. Cool. So Moon Taco is spamming 111. We can do this one really quick. The key here is just to get everything in eighths, right? So JK is 3 1/2. So basically what that means is 3 and, what is it, eighths we're gonna do? Yeah, 3 4 eighths. JM is 9 6/8. So this whole distance here is 9 6/8. And LM is 1 1/8. 1 1/8. And this is why we kept it in eighths, right? What is the position of point L? So first we can just go backwards, then we'll go forwards, then we'll go back, and we'll find out where L is. So if K is 3/8, and then we minus 3 4/8, I'm gonna do make it a mixed, you know what I mean? So that is 24 plus 4, so that's 28 over 8. So we're gonna subtract that from 3/8. And what we're going to get is 25 over 8. So that's the position of J, is 25 over 8. So now to get to M, we're going to add this. And 9 times 8 is 72 plus 6. This is 78 eighths. And that was 25 eighths. So now we're going to add, or negative 25 eighths. Now we're going to add. And 78 minus 25, that's 3, 5, 53. So point M is 53 eighths. Now we're going to subtract 9 eighths from that, and we'll get L. So that's going to be 44 eighths. Now we don't see our answer there because we got to reduce. So both of these can be divided. Well, let's keep it in eighths. How many times does 8 go into 44? 5 times. Looking good so far, bros. With a remainder of 4 eighths. That's the answer. All right, dude. So just for that, just to go over the again infinite stroke, because I was trying to rush through this because I gotta kind of have to get going a little bit. We know the positioning of K, and we know how big this is. So we could just subtract this from K and find out what J is, and we found out what J is. Now we know how big this is to M, so we added this distance to J, which was a negative number, and we got what position M was, 53 over 8. So then we know this distance, and we subtract it from M, and that's how we get L. Said not to study before the test because it'll mess me up. Should I not? Well, everybody is different, right? Everybody's different. So some people need a couple problems just to kind of get moving. If that's you, I released a final review video last year that's still very, very relevant. So check out that final review video from last year if you're looking for just a little bit of work. Otherwise, just make sure that you're making sure you take care of your brain, whatever that means for you. If that means just sleeping, if that means talking to nobody, if that means going out with your friends, whatever that means, just do what you got to do, right? And just kind of take care of yourself. This is going to be 3 hours of sitting in a room. It's going to be so boring. So boring. So just keep that in mind. You want to be well fed. You don't want to be hungry and when do I get out? You want to have some water with you so that you can at least get something to drink if you're feeling a little bit thirsty. You know what I mean? You're going to be sitting without your phone for 3 hours looking at this type of material. So just make sure that you're like very comfortable, that you're wearing layers. So if you're feeling chilly, you can put on something. If you're feeling hot, you can like just wear your tee or whatever. Right. Anita, your class are 6 hours? No phone is easy. Should I carb load? No, it's not a running race, but if that makes you feel better, do that. Are you going to ask the same test? 92, please. All right, so yeah, so that's actually a great point, Kevin Lynn. If you want to save your time, which section should you do first? My answer to that is always do the section that you're the most confident in first. So if you're confident in ELA and you're like, I'm going to rip this up, do the ELA first because you need to get into that bonus. Remember how I talked about that yesterday, guys? Where is that drawing? I talked about this yesterday. You got to get up into the bonus. And look at all this work. Dude, this notebook has just been our live streams, and we're completely through this entire notebook. Isn't that crazy? You guys have studied a lot. Oh, there's Balmolio. So you need to get up into that bonus, right? Get as close to the top percentage as you can correct. So if math is your strong point, do that first because you need to make sure you get into the bonus. And if you need 5 extra minutes, take the 5 minutes. If you need 10, take them. Because if you're gonna like just do so-so on ELA and you're gonna crush the math, make sure you get that math in that second bonus first. And then once you've tucked all your problems away and you're feeling confident, then go into the ELA. Likewise, if you're super strong on ELA, do ELA first and make sure you give yourself enough time to get the high percentage, right? So that's going to be the key here. Never going to give you up. I'm going to rickroll. Do they only give you one ELA section at a time? They give you both sections at a time, and they put the ELA section first, and they say go, but you can jump straight to the back. And when halfway point hits, they don't go, okay, you have to move on, like the SAT. They go, okay, just so you know, you're halfway through, you should move on to the next section, but you don't have to. The 3 hours are for your use. So if you want to make sure that your ELA is nice and tight, and they say move on, and you got a couple more questions, don't move on. Finish those last couple questions solidly so you can get them up into here. Then move on to math, and just make sure that you get past the first bonus. Don't totally bomb the math and not get these bonus questions. You know what I'm saying? All right. So guys, it has been, what a ride it has been tutoring you guys. I hope you guys totally crushed the test. Like, I got mad confidence in you guys. Just make sure that you take care of yourself, right? Can you check your email? I'll check my email after this, for sure. And I am not doing a stream tomorrow, so this is it. Yeah, and Zane, you can alternate between sections. You can do whatever you want. Yeah, you guys have been so much fun to work with. I know you guys are going to do great. You guys are really smart. So just keep your head high. If it's a hard test, know it's a hard test for everybody. And you don't have to beat the 80% mark or the 70%. You just got to beat everybody else who takes your form. So if it's really hard, don't freak. Just remember, you're against everybody else, not against like a standard. It's not like you need this SAT score to get in. You just got to be better than everybody else, man. So yeah, there will be poems for sure. So guys, tylertutortestprep@gmail.com if you guys have a question. It's not all multiple choice. There are some grid-ins in the math section, dude. How will I let you know if I passed? Well, come on back to my channel when you guys pass and tell me your scores and stuff. I'm ready to be excited for you guys. I think a lot of you guys are going to do really good. Because if you're studying right now, that means you're a serious student, and that's really sick. So I'm excited to see all you guys getting in. Let's see. Yeah, there will be one poem. And Cassidy, tips for poems. Make sure you make a difference between literal, like what is they literally saying? If I said you smell like a rose, do you actually smell like the exact scent of a rose? Or do I mean figuratively, you smell beautiful? You know what I mean? So it's like, just make sure you know the difference between literal and figurative, and just make sure that you're good on both of them, because you got to understand both aspects of a poem. So just like that. Nerd boy, I will remember you, man. Ooh, that's a good score, Andrew. That's really nice, bro. Cylinder, you asked me that before, man. I don't know. If studying makes you feel better, then study. If studying makes you nervous, then don't study. Remember Prediag. Nice. I'm just getting some emails now. That's cool, man. You got it, Frederick. George, why don't you send me an email about your question, man? The chat's moving a little bit too quick for me to get to it. I will remember you for the century. I will remember you once because we're going to live forever because we're all going to be robots in the future. Evan Yang, I'm going to remember you for millennia, dude. No, the SHT does not get canceled. Is it possible to not be assigned? Yeah, if your score is not high enough, then you can't get in. So make sure you take extra care to get all of your questions right. What's considered good in my test? Kevin, just realize that the bottom cutoff score for some schools are 480. So with both sections combined, you need to get a little bit above that. Is 89% Roar? Hey, what's up, Roar? Is that enough for STI? I don't know, because if you get an easy test form, a lot of kids are going to be getting high 80s. So it's the type of thing where you just need to be better than 90% of the kids in the room, right? So I don't know the minimum to pass. I think it's 480. So for 243 in ELA, if you double that, that will be 486. So if you do that good in math, you should be all right, bro. For math tips, I would say just make sure that you can eliminate answer choices. So if you have to guess, you're only guessing between 2 and not 3. Oh, Vixeno, what's up, man? Thanks, nerd boy. Yeah, dude, the Vixeno, the stream just ended, bro. If you run out of time and you're not halfway between a section, if that's your strongest section, finish that strongest section. Make sure you get up into that bonus. And to answer your question, Soyed, I would just say shoot for an A to get an A on the test. Is 48 out of 57 good? Yeah, that is pretty good. But it just depends on which questions they consider are, field test questions. Diamond Sky, you just missed it, yeah? All right. Yeah, and Kevin Lynn, if you get bored in the ELA, go to the math. And in fact, if you like math better, start with the math. Like, start with your strong section. You can jump back and forth no matter what you want. Actually, I don't have an opinion on what school is the best. I'm just, like, more into the test than I am the actual, thing. All right, dudes. You can get wrong. I would just, Nerdoku, I would just shoot for an A, dude. I would just shoot for an A. That type of thing, like a 90% correct. All right, dudes, I've been at it for about an hour and a half. Nah. I'm hopefully, Changao, you're feeling better, dude. You've been doing some very, very good work, dude. So, go ahead and, rock and roll on that. So yeah, just check out my other videos if you need help or prep or anything like that. I'm gonna be chilling and answering some emails if I get some time this evening, but I'm taking a little bit of a vacay, guys, so I gotta get out of here. Beyond the desk. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, so just make sure you check out my other videos if you haven't already. I've noticed a couple of you guys seem pretty new to the chat. So spoils pants during test. That someone from Stuyvesant will walk in immediately and accept you into your school if you spoil your pants. That's what people don't realize. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna bust out of here. Make sure to check all my other videos, and if you're looking at the test score on what to get in, I have a video of me just like walking through a park talking about the test scores you're about to get. That was like back. Yeah, exactly. Potatoes got it. I got a big old beard and stuff. So yeah, guys, really, really good work on your stuff. If you guys are, my gosh, just watch my old videos, guys. Stop spamming. Basically that's it. All right, dudes. So I'm out of here. I'm gonna leave the chat up for a little bit, but really good stuff, dudes. Really, really good stuff. I had fun working with you guys this year. Thanks for making my channel what it is. If you haven't left a like or a subscribe, I really appreciate this. So yeah, man, really good stuff, dudes. I'll see you guys. Best of luck. I'm going to be sending you guys awesome energy, and you guys have been doing a lot of really hard work. So keep studying, keep doing your thing. Yeah, I'll be checking emails tonight. Roar, cracking me up. All right, guys. I'll see ya. Take care.